Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well. If you're in the live chat, get your comments in because this is very much going to be interactive. There's not too much news. I want to have a little live with you because it's been a while, hasn't it? Anyway, hello, Mitchell, Ray, Eddie. Thanks for joining us. Elise, it's been announced that Elise has signed a new contract with West Ham, keeping him here until the summer of 2023. Big, a decent deal, actually. I think it's a good show of faith on him. I've read his words on the official website. You can tell he's delighted to be at West Ham, saying it's like it's part of his family now and stuff like that. And there's a lot of high hopes for him. Certainly when he was out on loan, he's done really well too. I'm quite optimistic we're going to see him in the first team, perhaps not next season, but in the longer term. I'd imagine we're looking at loaning him out next season already. That's why we've tied him down. His contract was due to expire in the summer. Just for a bit of context, he needed to be given a new deal, but he's got one. Anyway, the good stuff, good news for the training ground this weekend, is Yarmolenko's back training. I know not many people will be that bothered by it, but we had 8 players on the bench against Man United. We're lacking that sort of striker on the bench. So Yarmolenko's back. It'll be a couple of weeks at least, I think, until we see him in the matchday squad. But he's back in training. And Pablo Fornals looks like he'll be back on Sunday to face Arsenal as well, which is probably the bigger and the better news here. I felt we missed Fornals a bit against Man United. I don't think he would have, if we had Fornals available, I'm not sure that would have been that much a big deal. But I do certainly think we missed him against Manchester United. But anyway, hello, David and Gatesy as well. I've got Gates's mugs here to post as well. Ray's with his coyote bosses. He's skiving, basically. But he'll be in and out. But he's skiving. He is still skiving. Anyway, Anyway, that's the training ground news. The Elise news as well. And there was something else as well, but I completely forgot what it is now. But anyway, Arsenal on Sunday as well, coming up as well. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sort of getting over the defeat against Man United now. I'm starting to sort of... I'm getting over it, but it puts a bit of pressure on Sunday. I didn't realise, until I went to do yesterday's video, I didn't realise how bad David Moyes' record against those 4 clubs were. 19 years, and he's not won at the Emirates, Old Trafford, Anfield, or Stamford Bridge. It's really bad, isn't it? But anyway, we go again against Arsenal. James is here with his little hashtag, free Benrahma. I've seen the stats going around this morning. Someone's extracted the Benrahma stats, West Ham with him and West Ham without him. I've actually got it on my phone. Someone sent it to me. Let me just get it up for you. So apparently, I haven't checked that these are right, but here it is. Benrahma stats. He started 12 games this season. We've won 9 of them and only lost 1. And when he's been on the bench, we've played 11 and only won 4, losing 6 of them. So that stats are going around to sort of justify, if you like, the Said Benrahma thing that he should be started and whatnot. And I kind of get why he didn't start him against Man United, but he's got to. I think there's a bit of pressure on Moyes actually to start him against Arsenal. Ken, is Elise Fabian's replacement? I think the other guy is Alves. We signed him in January a couple of months ago. The Danish centre-back. Apparently, he's been killing it for them in the 23s. They're really, really impressed by him. He's been in the first team. He's been in the bench. He's been on the bench quite a lot as well. I would not be surprised to see Alves before the end of the season if we needed to. If there was another injury at centre-back, I would genuinely not be surprised if he put in Alves over Fabian Balbuena. I've seen Balbuena's agent saying he's leaving West Ham. He's come out this week. He was on a radio in South America. The agent of Fabian Balbuena saying that he's leaving. He's probably going to stay in European football. But I think there's something's happened here because I know when Balbuena arrived, he sort of spoke about how he would go back to South America. But only in February, Balbuena was suggesting that like a new deal was going to happen. He was saying, we're going to sit down, we're going to discuss the contract and stuff. So for that to happen, it's sort of like, okay, but why is he not? Where is his new deal? Then all of a sudden he's leaving. He's going to stay in European football apparently, but he's off somewhere else. Hello everyone. Thank you for everybody. That's Eddie said he's madder now than he was on Sunday. I was yesterday. I got angry yesterday. Sunday night I wasn't that bad. I woke up yesterday and I had the right ump about it actually. I was got a bit more annoyed, but today I'm back to sort of calm down. Looking forward to Sunday against Arsenal. And Cheltenham being on helps, doesn't it? It's a bit of a distraction as well, so that's quite good. That's a nice little thing to watch as well. Formation do we expect? I think he'll switch to back 4. I do. I think he'll switch to back 4. Even if Fornals is out, he should be back. But even if Fornals is out, we've got Jesse Lingard back. I do expect him to try and play like a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 kind of thing again. Connor says, finish top 4 every season, but never attend a match again, or finish mid-table every season, attend matches. That's a naughty question. No, I would take mid-table and attend. I don't like the idea of never attending football again. Don't like that. It's a necessity in my life, isn't it? It has become a bit of a necessity. Tell you what, my hair is really bugging me today, but I'm taking it into my own hands. I'm not waiting another month for it to get cut. So it's getting cut in the next few days. It's bugging me. It's really bugging me. Mark Collins says he's not a great fan of stats. Just get Ben around a proper run of games. I think we have given him he hasn't had a proper run, but when we do see him, we like him. So I can understand. I like stats, though. I think I always say that stats are indicators, and it's up to you how you use them, because they can be manipulated to suit your argument. I know you could take one stat, and 2 people could read it completely different. There was that time when, sort of like, when was it? I think it was maybe the festive period. We'd only lost 1 game in 8 or something. So everybody was saying we'd lost 1 in 8. We'd only won 2 of the 8 as well. So I was like, well, hang on a minute. We've only won 2 of 8. So there was 5 draws or something in there. So you could look at it 2 different angles, and it tells 2 completely different stories, although you're reading the same set of stats. I am. Don't worry. It's going. No, I don't think it does, James. I don't know if it's a trust. I think it is a trust thing. I do think it's a trust thing, James. Charles, I would think I make it to the Arsenal team. Yes, I think he would. I think Saka would play. I see Saka went off injured against Tottenham with a hamstring injury, I think, and he's a massive doubt for our game. That's big news for us. Aubameyang's obviously been disciplined for something at Arsenal as well. I think it's to do with lateness. I think Aubameyang's been late for something because he wasn't in the squad against Tottenham. So there's a good couple of opportunities there for us from the Arsenal team. But yeah, I think Lingard would make it in there. Saka, Smith Rowe, Lingard. I think that would be your 3 probably. I know that means leaving out Aubameyang, but I don't think he's been that good this season, to be fair. He got his big deal, and since then. Chris, I've seen a lot of people say this, not just Chris. So I'm sorry to pick out Chris, but I've seen a lot of people say, don't think Johnson is good enough to play for us at 5 at the back anymore. We need Masuaku. I have to agree. I think he's been struggling a little bit at left wing back in the last couple of games. Although there have been difficult fixtures for him, he has struggled a bit. But he's not a left-footed player or anything like that. He's not a left wing back by trade. He's the square peg in a round hole. So I feel a bit sorry for him. He gives it all and he looks good and stuff. He's still got a future at West Ham. But I agree with what Chris is saying. I'm not sure I'd play him left wing back anymore. So we were to play 5 at the back. Either you've got to wait for Masuaku, you've got to try something different. And to try something different, I think I'd play Creswell wing back. And I think I'd bring in Balbuena and go with Balbuena, Dawson and Diop and put Creswell at left wing back. I think Johnson at left wing back, not only is he not too good, it also impacts Creswell. He doesn't seem to get forward as much because Johnson's right footed. It's a bit more difficult for Creswell to go shooting past him kind of thing. So I think I would play Creswell there if we're going to play 5 at the back. Jack said he's not convinced of Masuaku and prefers to play with 4. I'm not convinced by him at all. I say at all. I think he's had a really good season, Masuaku, for his standards, but I'm not convinced by him either. I think he's all right, but that's it. I don't think he's outstanding or anything like that. And I think I wouldn't mind a new left wing back in the summer so that we can switch between 4 and 5 next season. Cathal says, do you think we might target another attacking midfielder or winger with the way Bowen has played? I think Moyes is definitely wanting a striker. That may mean that we see Antonio used as a winger as well. Antonio would still be the sort of like the second choice striker, but he could play in the position in behind the striker. So it does sort of do that. So I think it's as a wait and see. But listen, have faith in Bowen. Bowen will come good. I think Bowen will come good. We could try Diop alongside Declan and Souček as a false 9. Antonio looks knackered. Bones out. No, because then you've got a problem at your back 3, haven't you? You've then got, I suppose, I'm saying bring Balbuena in as well. But we've not seen Diop centre midfield. I think I'd keep Weiss and Souček in there, and then we've got a front 3. I thought Antonio looked okay against Man United. I know a lot of people said he was crap, but I just felt he was very isolated. I felt it was a bit hard for him. He's making the runs. I think if we had Lingard playing, I think we would have found some of the runs. We just didn't have the quality to pick him out. I saw Antonio making good runs off the ball, but there was just no one to pass to him. They didn't have the vision, they didn't have the creativity, they didn't have the ability, whatever. We just couldn't get him. And Jazz, I say, no Odegaard, this is the Arsenal game. I haven't seen enough of him, to be honest with you. I've seen bits of him since he's come to Arsenal. He's looked all right, but I think Saka looks better. I think Smith Rowe looks better. And I think Lingard looks better. That's the only reason. There's nothing against Odegaard. Scott says, how would you feel about sending Johnson out on loan to a top championship club? No, I wouldn't. We need him now. I think he's a big part of our squad. I think one thing we're sort of, I wouldn't mind knowing if there's an answer to this. It probably is are we going back to 7 subs next season? Because we've only had 9 subs because of the COVID thing. So I'm on the assumption that next season, with everything sort of back to normal, that we might drop back to 7 subs. And if so, then there's going to be a less opportunity for players to get onto the bench. And if I had to choose between Fredericks and Johnson, I think I'd pick Johnson on the bench, that is, because he can play left and right, whereas not really seen Fredericks in the left. So I would keep Ben Johnson in here. I think he's just struggling at the left wing back, but listen, he's come up against Man City, Man U. It's tough fixtures for him. Stick with him. Jamie says, is Benrahma becoming an expensive luxury sub like we had with Ali? I know there's a trust element. What is David waiting for? I don't know. The answer is, the honest answer is, I don't know what he's waiting for with Benrahma. I think not so much the Man United game. Like I said, I got the lineup wrong as well. When the lineup came up against Man U, I thought it was a good lineup. I understood it, and I couldn't see where you'd put Benrahma. I was wrong with that, okay? But Leeds United game, Benrahma started. I thought Benrahma was our best player. Well, best player, but going forward, I thought he was our best player. And when he came off, our attack stopped. It just stopped. And that is evidence. That is evidence that Benrahma is playing well, that he is a main part of the way we play. I think he's probably the best player we've got for getting the ball from 40 yards out from our own goal and running with it for 20 yards. I think Benrahma is our best player. So I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he's not getting more game time. He certainly deserves it, and he will get more game time. But if I was Benrahma, I'd probably be looking at Lingard as an example, thinking, hang on a minute, this geezer's just rocked up in January and plays every minute now, whereas I've been here since August, September, whenever it was. I'm yet to get a decent run in the team. So it's not because he's new to the squad. It's not that, because Lingard suggests that actually, Soufal suggests that actually you can come in and be new and still get into the team straight away and stay in the team. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what the issue is or why he's not getting as much minutes. James Gunn, thoughts on Moyes being immune to any form of criticism whatsoever? Oh, it's a funny one, isn't it? There's always things. I like social media. YouTube's a form of social media. I can't sit here and say social media is rubbish kind of thing. But there is a thing, you do get this funny feeling sometimes that Moyes is very protected recently. And some players are like that. There's a lot of players that split fan base. Like Alio used to, Fornal still does. Mark Noble has done over the last few days since his performance against Man United. Saeed Benrahma splits the fan base a little bit. And I think the Moyes thing is one of those where some people were criticising Moyes and other people were saying, what do you expect, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hang on a minute. I think sometimes everything's too black and white in the world. It's either you're this or you're that. Well, actually, there's this massive bit in the middle. You can be in there somewhere. Like, you don't have to love or hate Pablo Fornals. It is possible to think he's a decent player, but not quite good enough for where we want to go. That's okay. It doesn't mean you hate him. It doesn't mean you think he's a crap player. It's all right to be in the middle. And it's the same with David Moyes. You're allowed to criticise one game, which is the Man United game, without meaning that's a rubbish season. When I did the video last night, I said at the start, disclaimer, I think we're having a fantastic season. I'm not here to talk about the season. I'm here talking about the one game against Man United. I thought Moyes got it wrong. Straight away in the comments, oh, what do you expect from this season? I literally just said we're having a fantastic season. I'm talking about one game. And there's a bit of that with David Moyes, actually. You can criticise him for one game. And then I know what's going to happen. We beat Arsenal. People say, where's all the Moyes haters now? They're not Moyes haters. They're just Moyes criticisms of one game of football. That's all it is. It's not a big deal. I don't get it sometimes. I don't get it. I think people look for issues where there isn't really issues. Eddie says, you'll never understand information that leaves some of your best players on the bench. I have to get that. I do understand why sometimes you have to play a certain formation to counteract another team kind of thing. But in principle, you want your best players on the bench. It's a good comment. I like that. Mitch, thank you very much. He's put £5 into the biscuit fund. It says, once again, massive thank you for extra work. You team have been putting it in. Can't wait for Gonzo to be back. No, I can't either. But you're just going to put up with me for a few more days because I've told him to take as long as he wants. And I'll just put out average content until he's back. So you're just going to put up with me. I've got the main channel tonight, the other channels tonight. We've got the Euro video going up. Do you know how to qualify for European football this season? That's going up tonight. Friday, we've got the preview. Friday on here, we've got the West Ham Fans podcast with a different lineup. But every week, the lineup's going to change slightly. And we've got a different lineup coming this week. I don't know what's going up on either channel tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday. Although I'm doing a video, hopefully, with someone on Thursday. So that might go up on one of the channels then. I don't know. I'll get my thinking cap on and get some content planned for Wednesday, Thursday anyway. But thank you, Mitch. Thank you for the £5. Massively appreciate you. You are a gentleman. Alan just said, sorry, what do you make of the noble scapegoating? Yeah, like I just said, I know you probably put that comment in before I just said it, but it's just not as black and white. Full says, hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, please do. Drop a like on the video while you're here. Subscribe. And we are available on Patreon. Massive thank you to people that have joined up. We've had a few people join Patreon recently. It helps us out a lot. If you go to patreon.com/HamsChat or in the link in the description, from $3.60 a month, you can get more content, more videos, and it helps out the channel and gives us a bit of longevity. We've got a goal, sort of like, if we get X amount of patrons, we'll be able to do it full time. And I say we're not that far away. We're definitely over halfway there. We're trying to work out how much we need, how much more we need to hit 100%, so we can comfortably do this as both of our jobs. We're trying to work that out this week or something. But we're getting there. We're just getting there. Every week we get a little bit closer, a little bit. The dream is alive. The dream is alive. Hammer 1999, Bowen left wing back. I think that's an interesting call. I can see why you would do it. I was never keen on sort of people suggesting maybe Anderson left wing. I'm never keen on that. I can see why you would try Bowen there because he does have that defensive trait in him. He does work hard, does track back. So I do get it. I think I'd only try it against certain teams though. I wouldn't try it against Arsenal or Leicester or Chelsea. We've got Wolves. Probably, I don't know actually. Him against Wolves, putting Bowen 1-1 against Semedo for 90 minutes would be an interesting battle, actually. But then we've still got to play Burnley, Southampton. Those games, I probably wouldn't mind him there as an experiment. But I think this is perhaps the wrong time of the season to experiment. But I get what you're saying. Ian says that hate to see it, but he thinks our run will come to an abrupt end. Arsenal, then Wolves. I think we'll beat Wolves. I do think we'll beat Wolves. I don't think they're playing that well. They've been the most disappointing team in the league for me this season. I don't know. I just think Wolves have been really poor. Zach says we'd all be slagging off Diop, but the opposition had a missed opportunity they got when he switched off. I'm not impressed with Diop at all. I didn't think he played well against Man United. I thought he kept a couple of players on side at times. He had that big heavy touch and stuff. He does get away with it a little bit. But you know something, right? This might be the unpopular thing. Craig Dawson makes one big mistake a match. He does. Dawson makes one big mistake a match as well. But he's been getting off it. There's been a couple of sloppy passes he's done that teams have attacked us. Against Man United on 2 occasions, he just let this ball go whizzing past your 6-yard box. Now, I kind of understand that. Anyone that's played football will understand that because it's a scary thing to do when you're facing your own goal, trying to stop a low, hard cross. Because if it's going somewhere, it's going in the back of the net. But he was very much gambling, and I thought, "Whoa, this is risky. This is risky. This." And he did it on a few occasions. But Dawson will make an error a game, but he gets off with it. And listen, the other 89 minutes, he's fantastic. And I think Diop probably does 1 or 2 more in a game. But he's playing well. He's playing well. Mark says, surely Moyes will not afford Arsenal the same amount of respect he does Man United. Does he consider them as top side? I hope not, Mark. I really, really hope not. I agree with Finn. Antonio looked fine, just didn't have a chance against Man United. I agree with that. I think he worked hard. I saw him doing 40-yard defensive runs to chase someone and stuff, and I've not seen him do that for a while, actually. I thought he looked okay. I'm looking forward to Antonio against Arsenal. Andy, do you think if we lost 1-0 in the last minute against Man United, we would still be at the same? Probably not, Andy. Probably not. But we didn't. We conceded a goal in the 53rd minute, and I think the problem is we could see it coming at halftime. He had an opportunity, and if at halftime He took off Johnson, put on Benrahma, switched the game right up, and then we lost. I think people say, all right, we got it wrong in the first half, but we did something about it. And now I know he switched formation at halftime against Man U, but he stuck with the same personnel, really, and it didn't really work. So when it went 1-0 down, people could see it coming. Then it took 10 minutes to get the subs on, didn't it? But anyway. No, Robert, I don't have any tips for the horses today. I do not. My horse racing knowledge is bang average at best, although I think he's called Poor Hom in the 4:15. That would be my one. But his odds have come in a little bit. He was 16-1 last night. I think he's only 10-1 now or something. That would be my next one. But I think Honeysuckle will win his race when it comes up. Anyway, right, let's carry on a little bit. Let's see what. Let's keep going. Chris says, Benrahma can pick a pass, looking for Fornals, and neither of these two players will be in trouble because we have a few other creators. I don't think Fornals is that creative, though. I think he works hard. I think his passes are good. He's like what I would consider the Jordan Henderson of West Ham. That Henderson often does like the hockey assist. He gets the assist of the assist, if you like. Now, statistically, it's not a thing. It's not recorded anywhere. But Jordan Henderson for Liverpool is often good at playing the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold or Sadio Mane, getting them in behind the fence, and then they put it in the box and it gets knocked in. I think Fornals is a bit like that for us, actually. He's the one that tends to do the pass to someone like, say, Soufal running down the right, and he crosses it and it gets knocked in. Goal, assist for Soufal. Fornals, no recognition, but he's played his part in the build-up. That's how I see Fornals. So he's sort of semi-creative a little bit. But I get what you're saying. Renzo Bonabat, he's still got a few weeks to go, I think. I think he's got 2 or 3 weeks before we can think about getting back into the team. Jack McCarthy says, I really would get a Sam Cullen. Would have been a more suitable replacement for Noble, giving us more depth than we sold him for near nothing. Yeah, I'm a bit like that, Jack. I know it's different. I know the Belgian league's different, but he's killing it over there. He's absolutely killing it. He's doing the same thing. Do you think it was? Yeah, I do. I think so. Especially for the little fee we got, £500,000 or something. But I think we would have got better now. Yes, sorry, I've answered that. I know you're sort of I probably already spoke. Mikey T says it's harsh on Noble. It does seem like Rice and Souček can't do what they normally do. They don't look as good as normally do when Noble's in there. It's harsh, but I have to agree with you. I do think it restricts them a little bit. There's not much room in the middle of the park when Noble's in there. I think we clog it up a little bit with that extra player, which is fine. But Alan, if he's on a first choice striker, who would the 3 behind him be? Would Antonio be one of them? At the minute, yeah, because of Bowen's lack of form. If Bowen was playing as good as he could be or should be, I think we'd have Bowen, Lingard, and Fornals. Then I've just left out Benrahma, haven't I? Maybe I'd go Lingard, Fornals, Benrahma. Actually, that's what I would do. Lingard on the right, Fornals in the middle, and Benrahma on the left. I've liked Pablo Fornals playing in that middle role the last few games. That's sort of becoming his, if you like. And that allows sort of. I just hope this new first choice striker we're going after in the summer, I hope he's flexible, if you like. The one thing I was impressed with against Tottenham, against Man City, against Leeds to some extent, is that Lingard, Antonio, they were all covering for each other. If Lingard went up front and we lost possession, Antonio was happy to go back and sort of take Lingard's position for 2 minutes while play resumed. I just hope the striker's got that little bit of flexibility about him, actually, because I've been really enjoying that sort of interchanging front 3 between them 3. It's good. It's good. Right, let's carry on. Four Sheezy says, Moyes got tactics in lineup wrong. It's football, you win some, you lose some. I enjoy sometimes. Finn says, we need to chill out. The setup was wrong, but wait and see how perform over next week. Yeah, we do. But like I said, you can't criticise one game in one game only. Leo says, well, we'll do more fan interactive video calls. We will. I don't know when, but we will. We'll definitely do a Talk West Ham again. It's a bit busy because I'm trying to. I know I don't have to. I don't have to cover for Gonzo. He wouldn't mind if I didn't do videos, but I want to do a video every day on the forum channel to keep it going, kind of thing. So it's quite busy. I'm trying to do 2 videos a day. It's quite hard because it's not that much. There's not that much content. There's not that much news at the minute, kind of thing, is there? So I'm trying to stretch it as much as I can. Right, okay, let's keep it going. Onion, do you think anger is justified for fans over Man United loss? Don't think it's too bad. Thanks to the team. I don't think it's too bad, but I think that's what also adds to the anger. I think a lot of people see it as a missed opportunity had we gone for it. I don't think it's a defeat, by the way. I don't think it's the fact that we lost. I think a lot of people can accept that. I lost at Old Trafford. It's not the end of the world, but it's the fact that we didn't even have a shot on target. And we went to Etihad and had a go at Man City, but we didn't have a go at Man United. And I think that's the problem. It's not so much losing, it's the manner of it. I think it's the manner of the defeat. Sorry, Mikey's just said the same thing. I don't think anyone would be angry at losing. It's just a performance. Same as Liverpool, we played badge, not the team. It is. Leo, do donations also help, or we prefer patrons? We prefer patrons, to be honest with you. In all honesty, we would prefer patrons because that way you're getting a bit of value for your money. YouTube take a large cut, Patreon take a little cut, but it's a lot smaller than what YouTube take as well. We would 100% prefer people to join Patreon. Also, it's sort of, you're able to forecast a bit more when we do a video like this or that. We don't know if we're going to get any super chat. We don't ask for them. We don't encourage super chats. We appreciate them, but that's it. But when we do the Patreon, you can see how much you're going to get this month and next month, and assuming no one leaves, which we do. People leave every month, which is fine. But you're able to get a rough idea of what your income is going to be from Patreon. With YouTube, it's near on impossible where they cut the take and stuff. It's so anyway, I'll shut up. I'll carry on. Left back says that with the way we're playing this season, I think we have a chance of winning our remaining games. I do. Cheatson, why is Bowen not playing well? I don't know. Honestly, I genuinely don't know. He just isn't. I'm not sure what it is. Like I said, not everyone likes stats. I mentioned it yesterday, but before Christmas, Bowen was expected goals was a goal every 3 games. Now it's a goal every 10 games. So something's changed. I'm not sure what it is. West Ham have an analysis department at the club. I'm sure they've also been sat down wondering why Jared Bowen's not been performing well too. And well, they've not rectified it because he's not got any better. But I thought, do you know something? I thought Bowen in the second half against Man United wasn't that bad. I thought he was a lot better in the second. Once Benrahma Lanzini was on with him, I thought he started to move around a little bit more. I thought he was getting a little bit, instead of dribbling with it, I thought he was trying to do the passes, a couple of touches and a pass kind of thing. I thought he looked a little bit sharper. Anyway, Forge Iyer says that he's an addict level patron. He thoroughly recommends it. Please give it consideration. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Mitchell, so bit off topic, King about. Do you think Liverpool worth a punt for 4th? I think we're far back and we look a little better. You looked a lot better against Wolves. I'll give you that. I thought little man, you looked good, a bit wasteful, but he looked back to his best. Well, I think you probably are. It depends on the odds, but you probably are because you've got Jota back as well. I think he's been a big miss for you. But like you said, you've got Fabinho back in the middle. I just think you're maybe a bit too far behind. I don't know why things haven't clicked at Liverpool. But the danger for your charge for 4th, if you like, I think Liverpool. I think you've got to bin off the league. I know it sounds mental, but I think you've got to go for the Champions League. I think you've got to go try and win it. I really do. I really, really think you've got to go and try and prioritise that Champions League and go all out for it. Because you win the Champions League, Liverpool, I don't think it's a disaster. Domestically in the league, it's a disaster. But if you've lost your best player with injury, one of your best players with injury, you then have to move. At one point, you had 3 defenders out of your 4 injured kind of thing. If you come out of it winning the Champions League, I think it's a successful season to some extent. And anyway, that's it. That's what I think. I probably wouldn't do that bet, Mitchell. I don't think it would be good value. Jazz, how likely could it be by the time we get to our last 3 winnable games of the season, our season's faded? It's possible. It's possible. But that's why we need to cling on. We just need to cling on. But we don't know. We don't know, like, the FA Cup and the Europa League and Champions League could have massive impacts on how to qualify for European football this season, as well as the Carabao Cup. That's the end of April. So it could actually be just before then 3 games, City win the Carabao Cup, and it gives us a bit of a boost because another space in the league has opened up for the European football. If you don't know what I'm talking about, our video's out tonight telling you how to qualify. It's a bit complicated. Jamie, it was bad in-game management, but Moyes didn't mess in his press conference. He knows he got it wrong. I believe in Moyes, and his methods are frustrating, but look at us now. Jordan said he didn't understand how we played so positively against Spurs Man City, yet Moyes felt we could play negative against Man U. Spurs and Man City were more dangerous attacking players. It's a fair point. I think it's Jesse Lingard. Honestly, Jordan, genuinely, I believe it's trust in the players available. I don't think he trusts sort of Noble and Bowen as much as he trusts Fornals and Lingard. And I make him correct, to be honest with you. I do make him correct. Josh says, Noble's 4 stars in the Premier League at 1 point. Do you think this is coincidence or is Noble the problem? It's a bit of both. I think it's not so much Noble, it's how we use Mark Noble. And also, I'm trying to think the game. He played against Chelsea and Man United. Okay, these are 2 difficult fixtures. Okay, so I'm not saying he's been stitched up, but he has been stitched up a little bit. Also, the Brighton game was the one game we got the point from. That formation was awful. Moyes got that wrong as well. And the other game was the very first game of the season where we were just crap all over it. Everyone was crap. So I think it's a little bit misleading because I think when you look at the games individually, I think he probably shouldn't have been playing in them. And the ones that were playing in, I think it wasn't just him that was playing badly. But Noble is a contributing factor. But you've also, do you know something? This is where, how about we look at the games where Mark Noble's come on when we're in winning positions and we've gone on to win the game. Now, I know you're going to laugh at me and say, but we're already winning. But yeah, but that's why you bring him on, to slow the game down and keep possession. How about we have a look at that? How about we have a look at what positive impact Noble is having? Because I don't believe he's been rubbish all season. I think he's had a decent season for a 33-year-old. I think he's had a decent season when called upon in the right circumstances. But all those 4 games underneath here, Newcastle, fair enough. You can have that one. Brighton, wrong circumstance. Shouldn't have been playing in that game. We shouldn't have played that formation. Chelsea, shouldn't have been playing. Man United, I thought he should have been. I can understand why he was playing, but possibly he shouldn't have been playing. So 3 out of those 4 games, he shouldn't have been on the pitch. Simple as that, as far as I'm concerned. So I think both. I think it's a coincidence, but I also do think that he is sort of like culpable for part of that. Scott said he loves Fabianski. One criticism is how long he holds the ball. Oh, mate, Scott, don't get me started. I hate his distribution. It's not just how long he takes when he's got the ball in his hands. Not just that, it's his kicking as well. He just boots it down the middle all the time. There was one game, can't remember who we played, right? We got the goal kick. There was a team, they were passing us to death. We went out for a goal kick, right? The camera showed the replay. When it come back on the pitch, the other team had the ball back in defence. During the replay, Fabianski literally put the ball down and just booted it down the middle of the park and gave it right back. I thought, I was sitting making a joke to myself because no one else was listening. That do we even get to take goal kicks, or do we just have to concede possession? Because we almost concede possession every time Fabianski kicks it long. It's extremely frustrating. Finn Fanals is tidy, helps us move up the pitch, which is why he gets overlooked. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Andy says he thinks we've underestimated Fanals. Brings the team. We missed him more than Jesse. I've always defended Fanals. I think I've always defended. I defend a lot of players, but I do sort of defend. I have defended Fanals a lot because I just think he works hard. I really like him. Scott said there was a game we could have got something from, but getting Man United was still a good team. We can understand why Moyes went defensive, losing 3 points. Man U isn't bad. Still got a few games left. We're 3 points behind Chelsea in 5th with a game in hand. So it's a fantastic position, but we need to just. And Jordan says Lingard makes this even more entertaining to watch. Can't wait to see him against Arsenal. Either can I. Actually, I have to agree with that. I really, really have to agree with that. Alan says, am I the only one that gets annoyed with GSP out comments on every David Gold tweet? It doesn't bother me. Honestly, Alan, it doesn't bother me. Alan, mate, don't let other people's tweets bother you. If they want to do it, let them do it. You don't like it, don't look at it. Stop clicking on it. It's as simple as that. You don't like something, stop looking. You don't like, I don't know. I know what you're saying. You're going to see it anyway. But just scroll past it. I'm oblivious to it all. I'm aware it happens. It impacts me in no way because I'm just oblivious to when I see it now. I just switch off. It doesn't bother me. Bowen performs much better when we play 4 at the back and have creative players around him. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I think he also looks better because he can then do the defensive side of the game. I think Bowen, when he's chasing left backs and stuff, I think that's what he's really, really good at. So I think it helps him look good to the fan base. But when he's got like no defensive actions to do, that's when he looks worse because it's like, well, what do you do kind of thing. Does that make sense? I'm hoping it makes sense. Uber says he's Moyes out and always has been. Sunday showed why. And get him out and bring in Andy Howe. I'm going to move on. Mixie says, I don't want to see Maswaka team. His decisions are poor. His defenders laughable. And he can't cross. I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad as Mixie, but I'm not his biggest fan. Is Conor Comrie in danger of becoming Josh Cullen the second? Age 20, still warming bench. Yeah, he's only 20. He's given time. I think there's another couple of younger players that would possibly. I think Mipo the Beck is one of them. I think someone like Nathan Holland. I think his time's up a little bit. Dave, has Lanzini got a future? Depends how much someone offers for him in the summer. I think we'd sell him if a big bid came in. Bid being 15, 20 million or something. I think that's it. So anyway, right. I'm going to start wrapping that up because I was going to do half an hour. It's been 35 minutes. So I'm going to shut up a minute. Listen, thank you to everybody who's joined me in the live chat and kept me going. I rely on your comments for doing these shows. I just wanted to have a little chat with you. Hope you're all doing well. Like I said, tonight we've got the Euro video, how to qualify for European football this season, how the domestic cup impacts everything. I don't know what it looks like. It's one of them videos when I do the audio, hot footed to Charlie, and he does all the graphics and we put it up. So I'm not in the, you'll hear me, but you won't see me kind of thing. One of them videos. So a bit like we copy Tifo Football, right? I'm not ashamed to admit it. They're a good channel. We copy Tifo Football. Simple as that. So go check that out. And there'll be a video up tomorrow. Don't know what yet. Unsure, but there will be a video up tomorrow on this channel. So drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're around here. And I'll also see you tomorrow.